So basically, what we got here is we got Kansas City, we got the Rockets,
Yeah.
and we got Miami Northwestern.
Yes, sir.
Right. So I guess we the top of, I'm gonna say, the festivals.
Okay.
Right. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's 2 festivals and 1 picnic. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me.
Here we go.
Hey, I'm just saying. I mean, but we the trendsetters though over here.
Y'all
Kansas
said
City,
that.
man. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all, y'all started it.
So
I mean,
you know,
we have a nice, we do our thing too. So,
yeah.
I think everybody has a nice turnout. What I love about it
it's
is,
competitive, man.
it's that, but I love it's just a bunch of black people. We all coming
Yeah.
together. We vibing up like it's a good
Despite
time.
what school we went
Yeah,
to.
and it's no like sometimes
No
you have a
incidents.
little, but
Yeah.
it ain't no big. It's all love.
That's what make Miami,
Yeah,
man.
and then like we all turn out to each other event, like because we got family that I know a lot of Bulls, I know a lot of Chiefs.
Yeah.
Like it's just Miami. It's like you say, we the top 3.
Well, my daughter graduated from Central,
She's smart.
and of course
just
my
saying.
wife went to Central too.
Yeah,
so,
man.
So I'm like,
Shout out to the Lady Rockets.
Between the Rock and the Hub.
Shout out to the Lady Rockets, man.
Yeah, between the Rock
Auntie
and the
Lisa,
hard
man.
place, man.
That's what's up.
So
Smart. They smart.
Yeah. You know what? They smart, man. I love them both, man. But yeah, so like we was talking earlier, this whole Teddy Bridgewater thing, right? I want to get your perspective on it, Luke. Since you coached there,
Yeah, you're a state champ. Football
My-
player and coach.
Yeah. Wanted as a player, wanted as a coach. My perspective on it is, let's first and foremost, I think where Teddy went wrong, number one, when he posted the breakdowns of what he do.
okay, I agree with that.
Most people just say
should have never did that. And he and on his end, it probably was an honest mistake. He probably just reaching out,
letting
just
people
trying
know.
to just trying to see what's going on. But you got to know, and he probably didn't know, you can't do that. It's a double-edged sword. We all know every coach from Dave, Broward, whatever, we all have helped the kid in some sort of way. That's part of coaching.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What the FHSAA don't see is that, especially when you're dealing with inner city kids, it go past X's and O's.
Yes.
We going to help our kids. There's no way, if you're a position coach and one of my kids come to me and say, Coach, I need $5 to eat. I ain't got no money, Coach. I'm hungry. There's no way I'm going to let my kids starve.
Yeah.
It's been going on since the age of time.
Yeah.
But since the age of time, there's never been social media. Right? So everything goes under wraps. It's still going on right now today. From public school to private school, from Dade to Broward to Monroe to Palm Beach County, all the way up Florida. I can assure you and guarantee you, every coach done dug in their pocket and helped the kids some sort of way.
Yeah.
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 You don't think they know that? There's no way in your right mind you can say all these kids, they parents, everybody got it all together financially, physically, mentally, to where these kids come in and out of practice every day and don't need no help.
And that's another thing. Like you round these kids like almost 24/7. Like
You look at them like sons.
Yeah, exactly. Like why wouldn't you like look out or show love? Like it's gonna be like second nature to do it because it's like you said, you looking at them like sons. It's the same thing you would do for your own kids, or you would want somebody to do for your kids. Like I don't understand it. Like again, like I don't see nothing wrong with it. Like he's doing something right to benefit these kids in the long run. Like he's investing in them, and it's not even like it's not even something like that should be that big of a deal. Like this is something that should be talked about and it should be explored more, so they can open up the budget for resources to help these coaches, because you got other states like Georgia, Texas, like they coaches getting paid.
Yeah.
And it's like we produce so much talent down here. Why aren't our coaches like it should?
But
they should be saying the same thing.
That's where we go. That's where we go wrong, though, Chuck. We got to stay. Not only we got to stay in Florida, we got to stay in South Florida.
Yeah, because this is different.
Georgia different.
Yeah, yeah,
Texas money different.
yeah, way different.
The demographics,
Yeah.
all that is different. You talking counties like let's just take Dade County. Narrow it down some more. You take the inner city. We got damn near a school on every corner.
block. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dade County public schools, they can't afford to pay Edison coach $100,000, Northwestern coach $100,000, Booker T coach $100,000, Central coach $100,000.
Well,
Jackson coach.
I ain't gonna lie, Luke.
We can't do it, coach.
If they stop digging in, that's
the
money's there from the budget. They
that's
just
the
gotta
big
stop. You know, they bonus. They little Christmas bonuses, the extra bonuses,
Chuck,
they gotta stop. You know,
but Chuck, we know that ain't gonna happen though.
yeah, and that's another issue. Like
see what I'm saying?
like that's another thing, because the money was going to Teddy and it wasn't going strictly to them. That was the big issue.
That's the issue.
Yeah, and it's like, how
That's
can
another
we?
issue.
They don't want you to do it without them.
So when Teddy did his whole breakdown of what he was spending,
Yeah,
then he said he wanted the funds to go
to his foundation.
So, number one, the breakdown. That was red flag number one. Foundation, fundraisers, same deal.
Yeah.
Now they'll allow you to do fundraisers, but they're not going to allow you to post to where
What
they
the breakdown
said,
is
right,
of the fund.
right. I'm doing X amount of dollars for my kids.
Yeah, cause I don't.
To us, we grew up. That's perfectly fine. But
Yeah.
to them, they got their rules.
Yeah.
FHSAA, all
Yeah,
these guys
yeah.
that sit on the board and the committee, they not in our practices.
They not
They
at
don't.
all.
They don't see what our kids go
They're
through.
not from our communities.
They don't know what to be without lights. And our kids, you know what I'm saying? When practice over, we walk into our car casual, and your kid tap you. Hey, coach, I need 5, boy. Coach, I ain't ate all day. I need something to eat.
That's just
They don't experience that. They don't witness that.
Yeah.
So as a coach, as a grown man, this is a kid I done built a relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
You think I'm finna let my kid go without eating? Hey, coach, I need 10, 20 to put gas in my car to get to the
crib,
high.
man.
So, coach, I need to do this.
Yeah.
It goes.
Yeah.
Coach,
Yeah.
It's deep.
Yeah.
It's deep.
Coach, my light's been out for 2-3 days. My mama ain't got it.
So the funding, right? Let's get to the money, right? So
It's gonna be a mystery.
the political side, well, I'm saying political, but the funding, what's the budget?
Me personally, I couldn't tell you.
So nobody on the coaching staff really know the budget of how the
I'm-
money flow.
I'm air quoting from this Adidas deal. It's supposed to be 13.5, but
Amongst how many schools, Chuck?
it's Big 7. So
The Power
Central,
7, okay.
the West, Carroll City. I think it's Edison, New Orleans. I'm missing 2 schools.
But
I think it's South. It's a down south school.
right.
I forgot.
Probably most popular down south is South Ridge. Got to be
Ridge,
one of them.
yeah,
And
probably.
maybe Columbus or no, can't be
Columbus,
Columbus.
not.
They private. Probably Killian or Palmetto,
Gables?
South
No, not
Dade,
Coral
give or
Gables.
take. One of them.
Matter of fact,
So-
I
so-
think I
so
got
you
it. I
talking
got
about
it on
Power
our
7.
page because I
Power
posted.
7, that's what they call. Yeah, okay.
I posted it because like the dude, the old head, he did a post and delete from our school.
Really,
I
only
don't be
two
trying to give him
schools
too much,
popping off
airplay
down
sometimes.
South football wise, you always gonna have South Ridge,
Yeah.
and you can say
Killian.
Columbus, but Columbus private, so
Okay.
they don't have money issues.
Right.
At all. Man, we was
They-
like I
they-
just
they
said,
private.
we was at the
I
Career
never knew that
Classic.
was a
They
private
facility Their facility is crazy.
It's
They weight room,
immaculate.
it looks like a college facility.
Immaculate, dog.
But hold on. I know the Dolphin organization donated money to Carol City
Okay.
for what you call it? For the
Yeah,
weight room.
for the weight room. I did.
Right.
That's on our page. We did a live stream of that.
Okay,
When they
so if somebody's able to do that,
and then actually
You
we had to
understand what
get
I'm saying?
cleared for that because we tried to do the girls flag game, the battle of 183rd, and we couldn't do that. These are the big 7. So it's the West, Central, Norland, Carroll City, Booker T, Southbridge, and Homestead.
Okay.
So between those big 7 is 13.5 million, and then after that, there's money spread out into the rest of the schools that are in Dade
Hold on a
County,
second.
which are
My question is that I understand that the athletic director, the money has to distribute all the programs from football, baseball, basketball, everything.
Right.
So does football trump everything, or just everything? All the money gets spread around through all the programs.
Well, we live in Miami. Football is king down here. We all know that, but it's not supposed to. It's not. But the money goes through football first, then they bust it down to the rest of the programs. Like whatever's left, whatever after they done touch what they need to touch for they little bonus vacation money, whatever.
Yeah. So football is hold on. So football is cash cow.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
rake in all the money,
it does.
but you have to understand a percentage of that goes to Dade County. The rest of it goes to the school.
Mm-hmm.
Amongst the school, you still have to split that amongst the other sports.
Sports.
Boys and girls basketball,
Mm-hmm.
boys and girls track. Although they have their separate fundraisers as well because they understand they have to raise money too.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling, bowling,
Mm-hmm.
band,
Now girls flag.
bus, girls flag.
You gotta
The
get
whole-
them. You
the
gotta
whole soccer.
transportation. You gotta get them
Right.
there. Like
You got
they still
buses.
they get pregame and postgame
Yeah,
meals.
so they get meals too. So and I think that's the misconception from the outside looking in. Everybody thinks from the money that football team makes, they think that solely goes to the football team. No,
It's not like that.
understand a portion of that goes to the school board. Once we get the money at Northwestern or at Central, that is dispersed through the whole athletic
department.
But let me ask the question: as a parent, I got a kid that play tennis or that play baseball. Why would I send my kid to your school if they're not getting funded the same way as a football program?
That ain't a tennis school.
Yeah,
Take
and
those-
that
take
to
those
the
kids,
tennis school
the
to
Everglades,
ransom.
IMG,
Yeah,
ransom.
But no,
yeah.
Columbus, like those are schools that
Let's be real.
that do tennis.
Let's be real. If you're a kid, and you might have a superstar coach, and I see what you're saying, you might have a diamond in the rough kid, but you as a parent, you have to understand, Central is not a tennis.
Yeah,
school.
you got to research that.
Let's be real.
I mean, we do have tennis there.
We got it.
I ain't
We
gonna
got
lie.
it for the kids to
My dog
participate.
Cotton Brown, he played tennis. I ain't gonna lie. Cotton did some of every sport at Central. Y'all know Cotton.
Yeah.
Y'all know my dog. Y'all know him for other things. He turns up the party.
That Cotton?
Yeah.
Black. Oh.
Yeah, Black Money. Black Money. Shout out my dog Cotton, man. That's my boy,
Hold on,
man.
did he really play
I
tennis?
love Black.
He really did. He played tennis.
Black a wild card,
Ain't no way in
man.
hell I can imagine him playing
Black
tennis.
a wild
I'm telling you, man, that boy.
I'm a dog now.
He in the
Yeah,
yearbook. He was on the
family,
tennis team.
man.
I swear, I played.
He was like this.
On the
like
tennis
this.
team, yeah, in the yearbook. Hey, Black played basketball too. He's a phenomenal basketball player, believe it or not.
Yeah.
He may not look like it, but Black he can play basketball. He can shoot. But he always been Black. Like even when we was on the court, like he just clowning. Like he done fallen into the guards at the end of in the back of the gym, throwing up layups. He making them. We wearing 2 different shoes. 2 different color socks, one sleeve cut off. But yeah, he played. He started playing football late because Black. He say he had a heart issue, but you never know with him. He always got something going on, man. I gotta love him, man. That's my boy.
So, like we was talking about earlier, so I read this rule. Florida, all right, this says the Florida's rule book is crystal clear. All right, anything with a $sign that a student athlete wouldn't normally receive as part of the educational experience is off limits, right? So that means travel, meals, lodging, even equipment upgrades. Now, this is the FHSAA. I guess this is that clause in their rule book. How do we change this? Like, and we talked about earlier about somebody of color sitting on that board.
We got to get there,
right?
Yeah.
So is that a appointed position, or do people vote these people in for that position? I'm talking about on the FHSA's board. Go ahead.
Right. I would say from South Florida, there's not too many people on the board of
FHSAA
to speak up for us,
right,
in South Florida. So once you go past South Florida, pretty much everything. I'm not going to say there's no inner cities, stemming from Central Florida to Orlando's to Tampa's. Of course, we got hoods.
Yeah.
But once you're going up to not have nobody on the board from South Florida to understand our kids,
understand the
how
culture
we
here.
coach and remember now, just say we sitting inside of here. They don't know what's going on. We know what's going on, but if you're sitting outside, you don't know.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
They sitting up, they sitting at they high, they cooling, but they not at our practice. They
At
don't
all.
understand what our kids endure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's nobody on the board. So they sitting back. They going by the rules.
Yeah.
The rules say A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's what they're gonna go by.
Yeah.
We all know shit go left, right, up, down.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people that's just one way.
Yeah.
And it is what it is, but they don't understand what inner city kids go through.
Yeah.
I coached high school for 7 years. I never seen not one FHSAA board member come to our practice. Not one.
I can believe
And
that.
I can say the same thing for Central. And I can say the same thing for y'all.
Yeah.
Not one.
I can believe
to
that.
say, damn, I'm not naive. I know we giving these people bare minimum resources from them to Dade County School Board. So to be optimistic, how are these people winning championships and putting kids in college day in and day out with bare minimum
Little
resources? You got to be a fool to not know coaches is helping these kids.
Yeah.
We either helping them mentally, physically,
Definitely helping mentally.
financially. Man, that little money we get in these,
That little stipend check y'all get.
we already in the red.
Yeah.
Yo, if you created an account for your coaching, you might as well put it in red. How the bank do? Put minus and put give or take 3,500. You already in the red.
Yeah.
Cause you gonna have to help a kid.
Yeah.
You're going to have to help a kid
Yeah.
from gas,
Yeah.
today's day, Uber,
And you
Metro Rail, or I'll just sum it up with public transportation,
No, but see with
Bus,
the with
whatever.
the transportation issue, like
food,
Yeah.
we brought up on our podcast.
clothes, shoes.
Yeah.
That's a part of coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even you can even go to Optimus.
Yeah.
Kids got to get to
Practice, yeah.
parents. Everybody ain't able.
And now, like,
It is what it is.
when we came up, we used to all ride on the same bus. Now it ain't like that no more. Like, you find your way to the game. Like, we used to ride to the games as a team back when we came up in Optimus Little League. Now it's like you find your way to the game. Like, someone ride with coach, someone getting Uber there, like you said. And it's like we brought up on our podcast the other day. Like, it was this kid from Jackson. He died. His name was Tyler Henderson. Getting off the bus, car hit him. No bus footage. Like, they even identified him as an adult. He was 17. And it's like his parents, like the family had to search for him. They couldn't find him at first because they had him identified as an adult. But he was a kid. There's no footage from the bus, no accident report, nothing like that. But let's just say coach, like if Max, like I think was his coach at the time, had he gave him an Uber ride, that shit still be alive right now. But that's
give or
being
take.
purpose, like,
That's a fine line.
see what
You know
I'm
what I mean?
saying?
And that probably was a norm to him. How many times Max helped him?
Yeah.
And the time you picking out, you know what I'm saying, that the
It's
kid
unfortunate.
is just unfortunate.
Yeah.
So I know we mentioned Texas and Georgia, right? Those programs, right?
Can't-
So
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
my question is, right?
ahead.
Sometimes it's not. I like to say, don't reinvent the wheel, right? And what I mean by that is what are they doing? Like I'm pretty sure they got a big booster, right? That actually put money into that system,
That's
right?
another thing.
Into that engine, right? So, do you know what they do out there so that we don't have to reinvent the wheel? You understand what I'm saying? Maybe it's a system and a process that we can transfer from there and maybe bring it to here to try to. I mean, okay. So what I'm saying, okay. So number one, I'm not a coach, right?
Okay.
I'm older than y'all, so
Yeah.
so I understand the football, but I know y'all know it better, right? But I'm just trying to look at this thing from an execution, like how to. I'm looking at it from a solution, right? Because here's what I'm saying. I know at Cass City we got millionaires,
Yeah.
alumni,
Each school.
at y'all school,
Yeah.
same thing, and we could call these names. You understand what I'm saying? That benefited from Central, that benefited from the West, that benefited from Cass City. Now they doing what they doing. You know what I'm saying? But their hands are tied because of the school board. You understand what I'm saying? So my question is like, instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, is there something that we can do? Like, do you know of that system out there?
So
You understand what I'm saying?
For me, how I feel like
Shaking your head, Luke, but
they killed the booster club system. Like for
Okay,
Central, like they killed the booster club. Like at Goldman has a booster club.
It don't even matter with none of
Yeah,
that.
but it's like
why? Why it don't matter?
Dade County School Board wants theirs.
yeah, they got it. See, that's the
Hold on.
main thing. I
Hold on,
said
hold
that
on, hold
earlier.
on.
Okay, all
I
right.
said that earlier.
Central got millionaires.
Yeah.
Even if if we talking NFL guys, Central got NFL guys that's willing
Yeah.
Yeah.
to do whatever, to do the weight room over, to do the fields over. They'll do that out of their pocket. We got guys, NFL guys. Y'all got guys.
And those fields
Okay,
need
take
to
away
be
the
done.
NFL guys. If we came together as a whole, y'all will have enough people to raise money. Central will have enough people. We will have.
Yeah.
Dade County want theirs.
They gotta get theirs.
So it ain't about that. You know how many times guys done came in, boy, let's do the field over. Let's do the weight room over. From y'all, well, y'all got blessed.
Yeah, Dolphins got y'all.
Yeah.
So.
But
But
look at
that's my
Central.
thing. If the
But look at
Dolphins was able
Central
to do it,
in the West weight room. But we got guys that's willing to pour money into
Yeah.
the program.
I mean, our weight room just got a little
They gonna
upgrade
say, "Hey
when
man,
Jube was
let's
there.
get it done." You know, we from the hood. Boy, what that? How much that weight room need to be done? 50?
What?
Let's run it. Oh no, they kind of gonna put a hold on that.
They need that. They need theirs.
that. No. You can't just say you gonna need 50. No.
But that's what I said earlier. Like
We gonna
it's,
put a
it's
hold
like
on
it's
that.
like the streets. Like it's kind of like the dope game. Like
so that's
politics.
the problem right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a
Like you
prime
said.
example. 2017, 18. Everybody know who Brent Venables is.
Yeah.
At the time,
He was at Clemson.
Right.
He was
He
the
was with the
coordinator.
Clemson DC. He's the head coach at Oklahoma right now. He came to see Sam Brooks, our
At the
big
West.
time DN. He came. He wanted to walk around the school. We walking through the school. Take him to the weight room. He get in the weight room.
This what y'all working with, Coach?
The weight room literally like the
This
size of
room.
this garage.
Yeah.
It got 6 platforms. It got some dumbbells along the wall. A couple of mirrors. They broke. You got
Okay.
one leg press machine
Yeah.
in a corner for 100 kids on varsity, not JV.
Yeah.
Varsity.
Wow.
You got one leg press machine in the corner. You got 6 platforms for hand clean, power clean, so forth. Squat, whatever.
Yeah.
You got one set of dumbbells ranging from 5 to whatever. 150. one set now.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude walked in there and said, but he had this look on his face. He said, and you guys put out athletes,
Yeah.
but his face
Champions,
was
yeah.
like that, like this y'all
This is
weight
what y'all
room?
working with.
This what y'all got, and y'all putting out these kind of caliber of players, and it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, and shout out to Vernon Carey. Vernon Carey redid the weight room to the best he can, maximize the space the best that he can.
Mm-hmm.
We tried to extend it. You know, they talking about
had an issue with that
engineering, and we can't do this, and once again,
they need this.
They need
like
they little shit.
Yeah. That was a
if it's enough, they're gonna approve the permit.
They gotta get this.
You feel me?
Yeah.
They gotta get this.
It's just, man, it's heckling and jive, and it's really a shame, man. And reverting back to the initial, what Teddy trying to do, it's a good deed. I think it was an honest mistake, but he should have never put that on social media. See, the whole breakdown with the guy coming
with that,
out
like I said, another thing on our podcast, like I said, like we don't really know the method to Teddy's madness. So, like I think for me, and this is just my thought process, like I actually think like he did it for a reason to expose those people that actually need to be removed, the people that are digging in the pots, the ones who we actually need to be investigating.
Yeah.
But I think he did it for that. But again, I don't know. So I can't speak for Teddy. But I would love to, like, for me, I don't think he should be suspended because we want to face Teddy. Like, we don't know. So who's going to be the head coach now? Like, and that's a whole nother thing. And, like, those guys are loyal to Teddy. Like, they're not going to take the position because they already know how it's going to go. Same thing with Jude. This would be like they slight way of moving him out because they're not seeing eye to eye. Yeah. Him and the AD, which is crazy. And it's like, man, Teddy's like a neighborhood hero. Like, he gives hope to a lot of kids in the community. And it's like, these kids see Teddy, like he came from the community, like he came up through this same school, same program. Now he's the head coach. He went to the league. Like, he can show you, like, it's multiple ways to get it. And then, like, he show love to everybody. Like, you ain't really just got to be a bull. Like, he show love to everybody.
Yeah. So how was the relationship with Teddy and the AD before Teddy put this out?
It was a strain.
Was it rocky? It wasn't. Nobody really knows.
It wasn't really a good one from our understanding. It wasn't a good one.
Now, I guess what's circulating on the internet, right, is that Teddy was not an actual employee. You know what I'm saying?
Technically.
So how does that work though?
What happens with that technically? When they get technical, you got to start going by documents.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. What's on paper. Mm-hmm. Now you have coaches that's quote unquote volunteers that plays major roles.
Yeah,
right.
From certifications, the whole 9 yards. You know what I mean. Some guys be certified, some guys not, but they are still coaching and playing major parts into programs winning.
Right.
Okay.
Right. They dead on a day-to-day basis.
Everything, plays out, boom, boom, boom. So now he trying to defend himself. Okay, technically, I'm a volunteer, so how can you suspend a volunteer?
Right.
But non-technically, I'm the face of the program. I'm the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
It's me.
Yeah. I'm
making it happen.
Yeah.
So, okay, FH, SAA, y'all went technical. I'm going technical.
Yeah. So,
I can agree to disagree with that. This is why I say he should have cooled out. When they fought at you, okay, cool. You can't post. Like I said, he probably made an honest mistake. No problem, cool. Mm-hmm. When they said, okay, we're going to investigate you, cool.
Yeah.
Investigate me. If you find out, worst come to worst, I may get 3, 4, 5 games.
Yeah.
Cool. If they don't find anything, I get nothing.
Yeah,
I keep going.
I get a coach.
Understand, they go by weeks, not starting from the season. So let's just say right now, we are what? About
5 weeks out, maybe?
5 weeks out. And they say, okay, investigation done. You're suspended for 3, 4 weeks. That starts now.
Okay.
So by week 1 or 2,
Right.
I'm back on
coach.
the field.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people from the outside looking in don't understand.
Yeah.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
I think Teddy got impatient and he jumped the gun and he panicked and he went on a rant via social media.
And I ain't gonna lie,
I think that was a mistake by him. And that's very unlike him because he's not a social media
he's
guy.
really not.
Yeah.
He's a chill,
Laid back guy.
cool
He do-
guy.
he do what he do, like-
Really never see him on social.
Yeah,
if
it's
he
like he do-
posts, it's gonna be like little family oriented.
Yeah.
You know, his mom, his son, like really on some cool. You know
Yeah,
what
he
I mean?
just laid
like,
back,
just chilling.
Yeah.
He's not a rant guy
Or look
So-
at me type of person.
So by him going on a rant
Yeah.
and open up other cans to trying to expose the AD, you know,
Yeah.
Larry Williams, the whole nine, y'all, you know, whatever he had going on.
Who was this Vern that he was talking
Vern
about?
is
Vern-
he on the coaching staff.
Vern is the glue.
Yeah. He been there for a minute.
Vern has been Miami Northwestern behind closed doors for a long time.
Yeah.
Vern,
Is
dude,
he a coach?
he's a coach.
Yeah, he on the coaching staff.
He's pretty much the assistant head coach that does a lot of paperwork to
Make sure everybody's
make sure
certified and cleared
everything
and good.
He's the glue.
Yeah.
Right.
He's the glue.
Okay.
Behind the head coach,
Well, it sounds like he got a problem with Vern though, right?
I mean,
he did. I don't know the you know the
Yeah,
dynamics
the
of the
ins and outs of
specifics of
that.
that. None of my
Yeah.
business. I'm
Yeah,
not a
yeah,
nosy
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
So you know what I mean. That I don't know how
Could that go back to
how that
like
went.
what you said about posting? And I agree with you, man. I think like, man, he should have never posted that. Just
Yeah,
left
the
it
whole-
alone,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, because honestly, like we felt like I was asking, like I asked Bob, I asked my partner Gordon, I asked them boys, like, man, did we mess up posting that? Like, did we help them like come after Teddy? Because like we know we ain't trying to make nobody like come after him. Like we a Teddy supporter.
Right.
I think everybody got excited when he did it.
Yeah.
and just went to sharing it.
Yeah,
just
because
really
we thought like
raise
trying to
the
help.
money,
Yeah,
right,
we trying to
Yeah.
help.
to
Yeah.
get the money, and they really didn't look at
And
the post.
what-
When I
and-
seen the post, he broke down. I said, oh,
Hey
oh,
Luke, I ain't gonna flaws. We did the same thing. I'm like, yo,
I'm like,
I seen
you
that
can't,
shit
you
too.
listen,
I
can't,
was
Luke,
like, you
we
can't
in the
do
group.
that.
I'm like,
you
Bob.
can't put that out
Well,
there.
I'm like Bob G. I'm like, man, I don't know if we should post it because like he really breaking down like everything, bro. And they
Came out
going
of
like
his pocket.
they finna pocket watch you. We
Yeah.
got that, and it's like I said, we got cease and desist. Like I told you, the guy went down there. That's how they got that 305 plus network. Which again, where's the revenue from that? Because he went down there and told the people they're supposed to get like $7 million in revenue from live streaming the games, and like they blocked us. And it's like then they hired some Hispanics or white dudes to call the games, which is crazy. Like they don't know the culture. They not from here.
Right.
You had another guy, like a guy we know, Munjan, show you how to do all the technical stuff for the live stream. You have him do all this, set y'all up. Y'all fire him for a white Spanish guy. And it's like, honestly,
so
like
that's the guy
Luke's-
that we was talking about earlier.
yeah, the Hosen dog dude, and like he's part of the fraternity, and it's like the fraternity brothers. It's him, I believe it's Steve Gallen. Also, Kenny Phillips is a part of this in a way. Like it's like these guys, and it's like they all based it off us. It's like Luke said, like we done like a lot of leg work, and we're out here everywhere. Like we're with these kids, or we're with their parents. Like we know them. Like we're getting to know them on like us
Personal basis.
on a personal basis.
Yeah.
Like we know these people, and it's like
man.
it's crazy
Covering
because
so much ground.
it's crazy because
Who's
like
covering ground?
now
Yeah.
like for that network they only like cover football and graduations or proms. So it's like I couldn't even go to like my niece's graduation. My friend, his daughter, she graduated for Carroll City because they were doing it, and I was banned in Dade. Like we couldn't do anything Dade.
Back up. Wait a minute. Let's talk about that band thing. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, so explain that, man. Like, nah, cause I'm like, hold on. I'm like, I make it like,
Hold on.
wait a minute.
We talking
wait a
about the
minute.
band. Hold on.
Wait
now.
a minute, man. God damn, man. Like, that's what I was talking about earlier, man.
Yeah.
When we was talking earlier, right?
Yeah.
And I said that a lot of us older guys, the problems that we have is that there's a disconnect
Yeah.
with that, with the generation behind us.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I think some of the guys that you talking about, they baby boomers. They
Yeah.
the end of the
Yeah.
baby boomers,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because I know exactly who you're talking about. They not
But-
young.
You know, it's
and then,
crazy.
And then
like,
when you get to my generation, I'm X.
You Gen X.
You know what I'm saying? So now
What
I supposed to be
you
talking.
Gen X too?
Nah, he millennial, right?
No,
he before millennial.
Yeah, I'm way before millennial.
So you Gen X then? You with me?
Yeah, Gen X.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So my point is,
I'm a 70s.
and I want to get, and I want to get back to that, like you being banned, like that shit crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like talk about that though.
I mean, that was crazy within itself because it's like he said,
Chuck was doing a great job, man, and really like just getting started.
Yeah,
in his deal and in his journey.
Yeah,
and so many people was chiming in and getting on his side, man. Like, yo, you want to watch a Friday night game?
Just where you need to tune in.
Go to section 104. You know what I'm saying? And Chuck was very generous, man. Yo, whatever you can send it. If you don't send nothing, cool. I'm still here.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna cut the live because you ain't donating. And it's like actually the donations came from the people. Like I never started that. Like they just like, man, where can we donate? Like you doing a great job. Like you doing us a service, man. Like you don't know how many people like we can't make it, but we want to be there.
Out of town, and home, at work, and Chuck caught fire, caught momentum, man. And a lot of people was looking forward to him
to watching them games
Friday.
Yeah.
To watching that game.
So what's the process now currently? Do they stream the games or
he's supposed to? Yeah.
So that means that they not doing it.
What the
HBCU Plus network.
That.
So,
Okay.
So they're trying to get on that app in order to like bring viewers, and it's crazy because again, like I said, they went down to the county using our views, saying they can make money.
Right.
And again, where's this revenue? Because there's so much money supposed to be coming through for the county, and it's like, where is it at? And it's supposed to go to these kids because that's who you're making it off. And it's like,
ain't going
when we're recycling it back into the community and we're doing hand to hand with the coaches, they have an issue. It's like Luke said, they gotta get theirs.
They gotta get theirs.
And it's like, it's crazy. Like they sent the letter. Like matter of fact, we were about to do Norland. It was about to be the third round of the playoffs. I forgot who they played before they went on the road. It was that year Norland went to state and they lost to Berkeley Prep.
Yeah.
So it was a team that came down here. So we got in the mail first the cease and desist from Miami-Dade County Public Schools. Then we got an email cease and desist from the FHSAA,
right? Because
they own the rights to the playoff series. So that's why you don't see us go live in no playoff games anymore. Like we just only get clips. But yeah, like we got banned from Dade because of that. But now, like I spoke with Latoya Williams, GMAC. And I believe Mr. Lawrence is now the head of GMAC. Like they said, because we got back in to do flag, and I'm shout out my favorite flag team, Edison, the Lady Red Raiders. They won state. Like I ain't gonna lie, they are gangster.
Yeah, girls got some ball players.
Rakaya Lewis, man, she's a quarterback. Man, she like.
So well, damn, I've been out of sports for a while.
Just tad bit a little.
Yeah.
This girl flag football is serious. They get scholarships and all now.
Hold on. So we got flag football
for girls
at high schools now.
For girls.
They got state championships, everything.
Wow.
They got scholarships.
And they get scholarships to go to
so disconnected.
But they about to have it in D1. Yeah,
I know it's a sport in college, but
they about to have it in D1, and it's gonna be in the Olympics too. Flag football.
Yeah,
men and women.
I saw that it's gonna be in the Olympics.
But yeah, like they banned, but like we got back in with girls flag, which was the day like we was in Palmetto. Shout out to Palmetto.
Yeah,
like they let us come on campus, like we could shoot wherever they play at. Edison, like Coach Vince Hall, been riding with them. State champs, Homestead, Central. We weren't really good that year. We got some of y'all games. Like the first game, the AD, like he ain't really want to look me in my eye. I seen him like they like, oh, you gotta talk to him. I'm like, come on, man. I'm gonna look at him. He put his head down. He had like I'm coming like with animosity. I'm just trying to get on the field, man.
I'm just trying to film the game.
That's all I'm trying to do.
Real simple.
Oh, you can't come on. It's like cause he like in cahoots with the frat brothers. Like they hand in hand. Right. So it's like for me, it's like
allegedly.
No, that's his guy.
Ain't no
that's
allegedly.
His guy.
Well, I'm saying allegedly because
No,
we know what it is.
If we gonna be on here, we gonna say the real. So I'm just keeping it funky.
Okay.
But and that's just like for the viewers too. That's
Okay.
just respect to them because like they want to know they tuning in for this.
Hey.
But honestly, like I didn't get it because like I'm just here for the kids, man. I'm trying to get some clips. This is all for them. Like
Exposure.
I make sure I tag them. I tag the school.
Right.
Like anything y'all doing, like we're supporting it. And it's like I'm not a bull.
Right.
But it's like when they reached out to, hey man, can you come up? I'ma show up. And it's like I'm in the stands with y'all. Like I'm comfortable everywhere. Like I'm gonna find somebody. I'm gonna find my people.
So I got a question, right? So press passes, right? So what's the process with that? You have to apply for
most
a press
schools
pass?
we contact the ADs prior to the game.
Right.
Okay.
See if we can get media credentials.
Right.
Okay.
Most of them they clear. It's like once they see our name, section 104. Yes, y'all gotta come.
Right.
And it's
Okay.
like. Honestly, I don't try to go into most situations and think like, man, y'all supposed to know us. But it's like Luke says, like, man, we should be bigger, but we getting there.
Right.
But it's like, man, it's like when they do recognize us, and it's like, oh man, like, okay, I guess I'm doing something. Like, I feel like I'm living in my purpose now.
Right.
And it's like, it all happened organically. Like our followers are organic. And it's like, these are real deal followers. Like they're coming to the page because they're real. We posted.
They on social media
Or the
too,
live,
right?
they
own it.
Yeah.
we everywhere. Like,
The guys, the old school guys that don't claim to be on, they be on there. They just don't post.
because
But
we
they post
bring them
watching.
up. Yeah, they there.
Social media is the world. You got a
What?
lot of people on social media got accounts that don't post, but they post watching.
And they there.
Yeah.
You don't think they know who Section 104?
Because we
If
bring
they didn't
them
know-
up.
Right. If they didn't know who he was, why would they ban him?
Yeah.
Why would they say, damn, this kid getting a rhythm. He's getting a following. He's getting a gathering. You know what? Instead of him making the money, let's come up with something for us to make the money.
Yeah.
They watching, dog.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled. They might not post, but they watch.
Yeah.
But see, that goes back to what I was saying right earlier when we, and about us going like us older guys really understanding the younger, right? Because what y'all have now, and I'm a part of it as well, right? This content creation, right? This thing is big, man.
Yeah.
Very big.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that little HBCU thing, I'm not gonna call it little, but the HBCU platform, what they have, right? I tried to get on it to watch a game. You know what I'm saying?
And how was your experience?
It was horrible.
Horrible.
And this is all I keep hearing
It was
from
horrible,
people.
bro.
And then it's like
'Cause I
they
tried
streaming
it,
the
and I
wrong
didn't even know who
game.
that was.
Yeah.
This before we even had this conversation. I forget what game it was.
They got everybody sign up, subscribing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what happened was I can't remember what
I think
game
it was
it
the
was.
Heritage. It probably was the Heritage and New Orleans game.
Yeah. They had on there, but they was playing something else.
But it was bad.
I think it
But
probably was a
go ahead.
Central game. I think it was a Central. I can't remember what game it was, man. But anyway, it was the experience was bad. I think we was having something here, and I was trying to watch it or whatever like that, man. But that shit was horrible.
Man, I
You
ain't
know what I'm
going.
saying?
I ain't
So-
going to lie. Like I'll tell you, like the first thing started like this dude, like the Hosendorf guy. He came into us in the stands one time, and he's like, "Hey man, y'all can't be doing this." Like, but he said in an aggressive tone. I was like, "Hey man, you in our camera view, like get out of the way." He's like, "Oh, I got something." Like, listen, man, get out of the way. So he got aggressive with me, so I had to get aggressive with him.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, like I told him, like, man, I'll push your old ass down the stairs. Like, it's about to get there because I'm a journalist, I'm a commentator, but like, don't make me get there with you because it could get there. And it's like he came at us with the wrong. It's like you say the disconnect with the age gap, but it's crazy
It's
because
the same school too.
yeah, exactly. We're the same school. Like I'm a young man from this community. I came up through this school system, like, and I'm doing something for the community. And it's like it's not all about me. Like Luke said, like it be people who like have lives and they like, listen, man, if I don't see this a dollar amount, like I'm gonna end the live.
But
And I'd be like, what?
and then ask yourself, out of all these people sitting in the stands, how I know to come to section 104? How I know who Chuck is? To come straight up to this kid and say, hey man, you can't scream.
Yeah.
Y'all already had a plan before y'all approached this kid.
Yeah.
I see this kid on fire. Damn, boy, we can make some. You know what? Let's cut him out. Let's start our own deal.
So that was before the HBCU thing?
Yeah. This before.
Yeah, like I told you, they went
on fire.
Okay. They went down there with our numbers and said we can make $7 million in revenue off of our numbers.
He was on fire. And so they cut him.
Okay, it's starting to come together for me. I know I'm a little slow.
They cut him out for streaming. Banned them from the game.
Yeah, so that's all we wanted. So now they got all these new Section 104 rules.
So they can scream.
Like, you can't bring tripods in the stadium no more. No more book bags. Like these are new Section 104. And
you
it's
can't
like
bring a tripod in.
And it's like it's crazy because like we had to adapt to GoFan, and like we didn't ask for that. We used to go into the schools and seeing our people. Like that's how like we commune. Like we go to the game, buy our tickets to this at the school. But it's crazy. Like now we have to do it on GoFan. Now you paying an extra like internet fee. Like we ain't have to pay that at the schoolhouse.
So okay, pause. Pause for a second. Right. So let me make sure I understand this right. From what I remember, back in the day, going to a game, you could buy your ticket
at the schoolhouse or at the game.
Oh, basically at the school or at the game, right?
$5.
So you can't do that no more. That's what you're saying.
No,
can't do that no more. That's all done.
It's all online.
Okay, so everything is done through
GoFan
that network. Right. Which what you're saying, right?
Through GoFan. GoFan is something different than the HBCU. It's different. But that's how you get all the tickets for the games. It's through GoFan.
Ain't no more cash no more.
No more going to the schools. Like
ain't no more.
You don't
Who created that app though? The GoFan.
Who knows? But again, like this is something we have to adapt to.
That's worth researching.
But it's like why they can't adapt to anything else.
GoFan, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe somebody in the comment section should
find. Yeah, they could probably know.
It's GoFan.com?
Yeah.
GoFan.com.
Oh, okay.
But and it's like
but the school board had to solicit that. See, all right. So first of all, I used to work for the school board, right? So I was a plumber for the school board.
Yeah.
So I kind of understand, and I did business with the school board as well as a contractor. It's after I left the school board, right? So I kind of understand the process of even when it come down to construction, right?
Yeah.
Basically, with the school board, everything it's put out for a solicit to bid, right? So I'm pretty sure some lobbyists may have went to the school board commissioners, said we want to do X, Y, and Z, right? Okay, boom, they put it out for bid. Company bid it.
See, that's the thing with the dude.
So that's the process.
So with him, he does the bidding, and it's like he's the only one that knows like when they're bidding on the streaming things or the rights for the logos. So he's the only one down there bidding, and it's like he's bidding super low. And then it's like now all these county employees and everybody downtown, they used to seeing him, and they think he doing good business. But it's like to the people like us and the coaches, we never know when these things are going on, which the community should know because it should be public records. And we should be able to bid on these things as well. But we don't know when these things are going down, so we're not there to bid and like make it actually be a back and forth as opposed to you just bid and you're there by yourself. And it's crazy that we got banned.
There's no competition.
Basically. Yeah, exactly. And again, like I said earlier, it's enough for all of us.
It should be competition though.
Yeah.
And it should be a sealed bid.
That's the thing. And it's another guy like in the youth circuit, like he gets real nervous when we come around. And it's crazy because he's black and I thought he was cool at first because I met him at the Cherry one time. And he was telling us like these things we should have, like portable chargers, Wi-Fi boxes, stuff like that if we wanted live stream. I was like, all right, cool. But it's like, then once he realized we were at certain places, and like some people would get on this live, it's like, oh man, y'all ain't like Section 104. You ain't like Section, and then like we not telling people to do this. But he's like, man, like when he sees, man, y'all should have hit me up, man. Let me know y'all was coming. I probably went somewhere else. It's like, but why? Like you got your fan base, your followers, we got ours. And it's like, we ain't stopping you for coming nowhere. And then it's like, now I start seeing him in high school, but he was strictly Little League. So it's like, what if we were to be like, man, listen, we stayed claim on all the high school shit. Like we the ones that put high school on. Like you should be checking with us. Like we don't do that. The more the merrier. Because again, like I said, you got your followers, we got ours. It's the exposure for the kids.
It has to be like a collaborative thing, right? Like,
It
kind of like what
should be.
we was talking about earlier
Yeah.
in terms of like with this whole podcasting
Yeah.
thing, right? And it's actually the exact same thing when you think about it, right? It's actually the same thing. And what I mean by that is this big thing with the streamers, like with Casa Knot and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So I know you, but like
I was
Streamer
gonna tell you,
University,
like,
right?
yeah, we should get on Twitch.
Right. So no, we
Yeah.
got a Twitch account.
You okay? Yeah, I'm
we
trying
got
to
a
set
Twitch
mine
account.
up.
I don't know. You stream a lot of Twitch or no? No. Okay. Well,
I gotta follow y'all when I set it up.
Twitch is a. I'm getting off subject a little bit, right? But Twitch is not a discovery type of channel.
Yeah.
Which means that people got to know you on Twitch.
Yeah, okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Because I was telling somebody that
like, it's no real algorithm.
Okay.
So to say. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could be wrong, but a part of my research, there's no
well,
algorithm.
once you work it,
that
I think
push
an algorithm like it builds, like because it's
Right.
like for us, like Luke said, like he thinks
It's a way
like
to
we should
do
be
it.
big. Like our algorithm, like is crazy now. Like we reached like 1.5 million viewers. Like and
I
that's
got a
just
strategy
like
for you that I found. I was researching on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and I ran across this guy. It's a strategy. I'll tell you off camera. But,
Okay.
But
I ain't gonna lie, Rob. I might want to try some more of this, man. This is
Oh,
smooth,
oh.
like from the Cuban lady, man. It's made off of the Marriott, the boat lift.
La Maria,
Yeah.
La Maria.
Shout out to the Cubans that came over.
Yeah. So yeah, we trying to do the brand deal.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this some good rum though. It's smooth though, right?
I ain't gonna lie, I like the Bahamian rums.
Yeah.
Shout out to my Bahamian people, just
But-
had the Independence Day.
But they got this thing out, right? It's a whole type of internet type of thing. I'll give you the name to it too. It's like a book bag, right? You carry your bag, and you got your internet and all that stuff right in there, man.
Oh, that's live. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you can stream,
I need
and
that.
it's powerful.
I need that. I ain't
think-
gonna
I
lie.
think it's
I'm
about
looking into
$2,500.
I'm looking into the Ray-Bans too.
Oh yeah, I got
that's,
too.
that's what a lot of people was telling us, like we should do Ray-Bans. They can't ban us. I was like, listen, man, they know our page. So
Yeah.
the minute Section
They gonna
1
see
go,
it.
because like you said, like Luke said, like they may not comment, they may not post, but they watching. So it's
yeah.
like we got people that watch our lives and
They
report
stroll.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
so
go.
it's crazy. Like again, like for me, it was a new experience. Like I told you earlier, I got shot when I was 11. Like to be banned from doing something for the community, like for the kids, like that's something weird. Like I thought I was doing something good, and it's like they got mad because the people wanted to donate. They got mad because we started running commercials. They was like, how is he doing this? And that's another thing. They didn't know how we were doing it, and they didn't know like we was simulcasting from YouTube and Facebook at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's like that was a whole nother thing. They was like, man, they're on both of these social media, and they're like,
They don't
all the
understand
the views
technology.
are almost mimicking each other.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they don't understand technology. So my producer, he just he said GoFan. And let me go back to this about the GoFan.com, right? It says GoFan was created by Huddle Tickets LLC, which is also known as GoFan. GoFan is a digital ticketing and event management platform specifically designed for schools.
so let me tell you a thing about Huddle. So Huddle is like a highlight basically company.
Right.
Like they do all the shooting like for the schools, but how they do it, and this is what they also went down in the county and tried to say what we are. They charge the schools, the colleges, in order to get these kids clips. So they have tiers. So it's a tier 1, a tier 2, and tier 3.
Right.
And like the tier 1 is like basically all the top Power 5 schools. Like they're charging them $100,000 like a month basically just to get these clips from Huddle that they have for all high school kids across the nation. That's just the top Power 5 schools. So that's not counting
Okay,
what
so
they're
let me-
charging the lower tier schools. Like they're making bank. So they try to say Section 104 is like that, but we haven't done that. Like we actually are not
okay.
charging but we're a business. We do charge for certain things, like certain people, and again, they want to pay us. And it's like that's how the whole donation thing started. But it's like Huddle is really getting paid, like, and it's crazy.
So Huddle charged the schools
The colleges, yeah.
Oh, colleges,
Yeah.
not the high schools.
Not the high. Well, I
Okay.
don't know. They probably charging
Okay.
high
No,
schools too.
They charge
Charging high schools to record, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that's the thing, like,
to upload.
and this is
because that's how you exchange film.
yeah.
It's no longer
So that's a part of the budget
It's no
then.
longer
We
right.
changing tapes, yeah.
VHS or,
Yeah, yeah.
or CD. No,
We're not doing that no more.
everything digital.
Right.
I send you an email attachment. That's the whole game.
Whole game.
Boom. So you get to break down your film through that,
Yeah.
and they huddle charges you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, me just sitting here talking to y'all, man. My mind my brain is like turning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you learn something new every day.
I'm trying to
business.
figure out how to
And that's the
execute
thing.
stuff.
Like you
Everything
said,
is
it's a
money,
business,
dog.
and
It's
then
money.
it's like the politics of this business, and that's the crazy part. Like that I'm learning from
be on
being
the right
banned.
side.
Yeah, and it's
They're trying
like
to keep us out, man.
and that's the crazy. And I don't understand that either. But it's like we have actual people that are in like positions of power. Like I told you, like earlier, like Uncle Luke, he's a avid fan, big fan of Section 104. Dorothy, she was been on there. Like we had churches, like Luke said, like we were all over. We had a bunch of people, and it's like we did games. All like we didn't just choose. Like we did Miami High, we done Jackson, we done Southridge, Southwest. Like we've done all type of games. We even went to Vegas with Central. Did Central Bishop Gorman. We went to Cali with Central. Did Central St. John Bosco. Like we did some real big games. Right. And it's like now we start covering the 7-on-7 market, which is still like new to me. And it's like for me, 7-on-7 is cool, but you don't play the game in that. It's like it changes when them trenches get involved, because you can't do nothing without the trenches.
Right.
But I think we gonna get back in the day, and if we do, like what they don't want is because they know like for those big games like Central in the West, Central Carol City, like Booker T, Carol City, like now Ice at Matter, they got some big games coming up. Like I want to do some of the West games, and then also we want to know who's the head coach for the West. It's like that's new stuff like that we could kind of cover, because it's like, again, like we were banned from covering like posting day schools. So technically we're not even supposed to be posting day schools. That's how far the ban went. Damn. And it's like Luke said, like they have to be watching, like we doing something right if they want to ban us.
Solely targeting these guys.
Right? Yeah.
So but you have connects of people that's in the games that can report back to you and tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
And then we just basically talk about it.
Yeah.
And we just flood it.
Or if like we see y'all clips.
This service though, you need
we gotta be there.
Yeah, you need that footage.
It's totally different. Right. It's totally different.
You need that footage. You need it.
Man, I'm sitting here figuring how can we get them to come back to you? They got to be a way.
It's money.
Yeah.
They ain't never coming back to him.
Yeah. And
he ain't gonna be able to film no game this year.
We gonna see. Like I said, they say we might be good. We gonna see. But no, I'm gonna tell you this. We are good for Goldman.
Here's what I say, right?
We can film Goldman at any stadium in Dade County. They cleared us for that, which is, they're not part of the Big Seven.
Right. Listen, so they can't stop. You mean tell me that they can stop? How many people the stadium hold?
Exactly, and a lot of those people be going live.
What?
They
how
go
many people
live, but they're live not
like his. Okay.
That boy, I tell you, that boy live.
Something better than nothing.
That boy, that boy should be like CBS.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Like, steady.
When it started,
follower.
We had the game in Ocala.
Yeah.
So it's like. So you like switching cameras,
it ain't no all that moving.
It's like you watch.
So it ain't holding like because I be seeing some people
they have a stabilizer,
steady,
but
clear,
like the new Section 104 rule. Like it says it on GoFan, no tripods in the stadium, which is crazy.
Okay,
so and I can show you like there's a rule like it says we can go live, and it's like it's just crazy. This is new signage they put up because of us.
Man,
like it says,
this shit, man.
Miami-Dade County Public Schools wants to remind the public that while recording is permissible, any sale of video footage of athletic events is strictly prohibited. We're not selling anything.
Right.
So we can film. That's what you're telling me, but we can't film. Section 104 can't film because we're too big. Right. And they know the general public is going to tune in to Section 104 because the broadcast is just totally different.
Right. They done created it.
So basically, when y'all were recording, it's not like they had a drop off in revenue or nothing.
No, and that's the thing.
They wasn't even streaming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know it's crazy.
They wasn't even thinking about streaming.
Yeah.
It's people at the games that's live on Section, because like we tell people, you could be at the game and be on Section 104. Like you bring your kids. You know, kids, they got to go to the bathroom. They hungry. All right, I got to get up. You think normally you missing the game. All you got to do is tune in our page. You live on Section 104. You still at the game. You take your kid to the bathroom. You go get snacks. And you still watching the game. Yeah. And they're in there. They paid their money.
Yeah.
And like we always tell people, come. Like, and then people do come because of the atmosphere. Like I had an old teammate. He lives like in South Dakota now. But he came back just because of my lives, like how it's been going. He's like, man, I had to come back to a game and sit in Section 104. And we tell people, man, come in the section, like, don't be shy. Like, you gonna make it. We gonna put you on, because like one dude, he got in trouble because he butt worked and they seen him on Section 104. It's like you never know who watching. Like he said, Luke said, everybody's watching. So
Section 104 is that section, because I did go to a game once with my wife. Cause she'll rock it.
Yeah. Shout out to Lisa.
Boo.
And when I went to the game, Melvin was there, Maurice was there.
Yeah, they be in the Junkanoo session. Yeah.
Right. So is that the one? Is that Section 104?
You sit over there?
That's
I did that one
you
game,
had to.
but we wasn't playing Carol City.
Yeah.
Though. And you know what? No. And I went to another game. I took my daughter to a game.
So that section
that's
that ain't section.
No, that's not Section 104. But what you talking about?
Top.
Vito be sitting over there. Like that's Junkanoo section.
Okay.
Section 104 normally at the top, by the press box.
Okay.
So
okay.
Like, you know, shout out to Coach Bean. He's the first ever coach to call a game live on Section 104. Then Norland coaches also did it after that. But you know, it's a lot of things. Like I learned, like, just as the games go. And for me, like, I'm an HBCU grad. Like, I graduated from North Carolina A&T State University. Like, I studied mass communications, minored in psychology. That's another thing. Like, he didn't take the time to get to know us as young black men. He just wrote us off as young black men and tried to say, like, we were taking what we're really taking from him. Because I've been going live since maybe like 2016 on my page. And then, like, I finally made it a business in, like, 2022, which is, like, it's not that far along. Like, but Luke said, like we're growing. Yeah. Like, our numbers are going up. But it's like we're, like, a fairly new business. We're still in the infancy stages.
Well, listen, it's a multi-million-dollar business, man.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? You speak it into existence.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
And
it's power with a tongue, man. It's going to happen.
Like I said, we got some. We talked to Nike and something going on with that. Hopefully that works. And, you know, we're going to be doing something with them and make something happen. Like, we trying to get back to the community, because that's all it's really about. Like, we all for our people.
Yeah.
And it's like, if we can show them, like, it's another route outside of ball and you still with ball.
Yeah.
And it's like, you ain't got to stress, like, I ain't make it. And it's like, it's cool. Like, that's not everybody's story.
That's
like,
what it's about, dog.
Yeah, it's like, for me, like,
it's our time in Miami with that content shit.
Yeah.
Content
is really big right now. And it's like, again, like I told you earlier, like, all of these platforms are paying. So it's like, this another stream, like another revenue stream. And it's like, we should all be having multiple streams of revenue.
Yeah. I'm reading this book now, man. Not to cut you off, reading this book now. It's called Sponsor Magnet.
Yeah.
And it's a book that I found on the internet. And it basically tell you about how to get those sponsors and how to put those. It's basically how to put a pitch deck. It's called a pitch deck. How to put that together. You know what I'm saying? It's real in depth. You know, and the guy, the author of the book, he actually offers that service.
Okay.
Right? But I'm going through the process now. I'm reading it because I like to understand. You know what I mean? But to the point, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
To be made in this thing, man, and especially in the media company.
Yeah.
And I can tell you now, like in places like Atlanta, Dallas, New York, like these 3 spots right now, they getting busy up there.
Yeah.
in this content
Yeah.
game, right? It's only one other place now, a major city, and that's Dade County.
Yeah, Miami.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing your boy, because I see him, like I say, I'm older, but the dude, Lamborghini Law, the one that be posting all the videos
the
from
official Chicken Backwoods, Big Nate, them boys, shout out to them.
yeah, like, and then you got this other girl.
Oh yeah, Front Street
Nita.
Nick, he on for Carol City. Shout out to him.
You talking about Fat and Funny or
No, Fat and Funny, I don't think he from Carol City, but yeah, Fat and Funny, I know about him.
Fat Funny from
yeah, I think he from Carol
Yeah,
City.
I think he might be from
dude,
our town.
another skinny dude. I think he up in Atlanta. I think he from
He
Carol
went to
City
Carol
too.
City. You talking about that boy Funny?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that boy
yeah,
funny.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Him and his
Carol
brother, his
City.
brother went to New Orleans, I think, because they jumped on one of our lives. Like if you go back, I think it was Central and New Orleans live. They was on that live with us. They was like, man, and he shot all behind the scenes. He was like, man, this what y'all boy like, cause like y'all really like big. And I was like, dang, you know about us too? He's like, yeah, man. Like everybody watch Section 104.
Boy, them boy be way in Atlanta
Yeah.
watching that shit. That's why I said, bro,
Listen.
y'all should be way past the subscribers.
It's a space for it, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm sitting here and you talking to me, right? But my mind is just it's like I can see.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like what Sanat and all them doing with that streaming thing.
Kai,
right?
yeah.
Kai,
Yeah.
But see, the space that they in,
Yeah.
they doing like that's what they doing, right?
Yeah,
But
they
I
doing
don't
some
know
great
of a
numbers.
Sports.
For sports,
Space.
I feel like
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's us, and like for us, like we also like camera on them. It is what it is. I think they got a good sports thing going on. Him and Mace,
But they not.
they don't do
they not
live
streamers,
stream.
though.
Yeah, they ain't streaming.
Yeah.
But for as far as streaming, I think it's us. And it's like again, like we haven't been in the business that long, but we've come in and like we've done some big numbers, and it's like I want to shout out like 305 Sports, Football Hotbed, Footballville.
Yeah.
They've been doing it like before us, and it's like they inspired us to actually like do it. But it's like they do something totally different. Oh yeah, shout out my brother Fannin Law.
Yeah.
Fannin, he do it too. Like I started off with Fannin, and it's like at first we couldn't figure out how to do the lives on Facebook. So what I would do on my page is I would go live from my personal page and I would tag Fannin. But it would never, like, we couldn't figure out how to go live from the page. And then, like, that's kind of how I started Section 104. But, yeah, I feel like we getting really big and we doing numbers, and, we're going to keep growing.
You know what I'm seeing, what I see a lot on the internet too, right? Because I'm on YouTube a lot.
Yeah.
Facebook too, right? But what I see a lot of is events, right? A lot of these podcasters, a lot
They
of
set
these
up events.
content, they do events, right? So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking,
We
right,
did that
it'd
for
be
a
good
couple of
event.
lives. Like for the Central and West game, we set up an event. Like we knew it was gonna be a tailgate, so I live streamed the tailgate. Like I started on Central side.
You invited all of the other, like 305 Sports and all the other people.
I mean, I try to connect like that, but they be out doing other things, and like also like that's how we get scores and stuff from the other games, like being connected with them. But
Okay.
yeah, like we did. It was basically us. Like we did a live stream of the tailgate for Central and the West. It was a nice event. Like right before the game, they would win the game, live stream the game. The game was packed. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But
So let's switch gears, right?
okay,
Miami Kingpins.
yeah,
Right. So I think that's a good look for us, man.
yeah,
know,
yeah.
Not it's not, hold on, let me be clear, right? So it's not that we're trying to glorify that lifestyle, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
of
and
course,
they say
we
that.
had we had Convertible
Convertible
Bert,
Bert.
and we had Boss Man here.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to Convertible Bert and Boss
right.
Man. Boss Man, like all these people stay in the hood, 104.
Right. So, and we talked to them, and the both of them, of course, they on the path of changing the life,
Yeah.
and basically trying to turn the youth away from that, because they're in a position to, whereas a lot of times, like somebody like me, I never been to the chain gang, never been to prison, nothing like that. So for me, if I was to go and try and talk to a young man, you know what I'm saying, he may look at me like, man, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes and
But-
no,
But
because
but I still talk to him.
Yeah.
I will. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But my point is, the Miami Kingpins, right?
Mm-hmm.
I watched it, and I think we own or something.
I ain't gonna lie. I watched that thing like 3 or 4 times. Like I watched.
What you got out of it?
Honestly, I love it. Like it gave the perspective of Miami in the 80s, early 90s, like how them boys got into the game, like what it did for them, like how they gave back to the community. And it's like it was bigger than them, but you know, even though like they was doing something illegal and wrong, like they still had the forward thinking process of like, man, I got all this money, like let's give it back to the community, like we gotta do something right with this.
Yeah.
And it's like they always try to make something right of it. But at the end of the day, like, you know, them people coming.
Yeah, it's illegal.
Yeah, and
You know what I'm
especially like,
saying?
you
So-
know, when you fighting the feds and the feds coming, they like most of the
Yeah.
times like they got their case when they coming.
Yeah.
So how? I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
I just want to see y'all answer reaction. How can something be illegal, detrimental to the community, benefit the community? How?
So, okay.
If I'm serving my people drugs,
Yeah. Which is harming the community.
how can it benefit the community? I know what you're saying. The money they get from their decisions,
Yeah.
they're putting the money back in the community. Did you see an improvement on 15th Avenue?
No.
So how does it benefit the community?
Yeah, cause like you're right on that. Cause
I think everybody just saying
it don't benefit
you know,
the community.
Yeah.
you know, these
Be
guys
honest.
they made money. We ain't know no better.
yeah.
We just seen the glamour, clothes, cars. But
So to answer your question, I'll tell you where it benefits.
hold on. But it's not. I never just understood how people glorify and drug. Like,
Yeah.
how can you crash a community, but how can you benefit from the community?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
You made the money.
Yeah.
What money you put back in the community?
You know what it is? It's the
What
story.
you bought some groceries to do what?
No,
Okay.
some
The-
they
the-
built
Build them back
houses.
up to get back out there to buy more drugs.
They was playing Monopoly, real life Monopoly. They built some houses, but I'm gonna tell you, like to answer your question, where it really benefited was all the sky rises, like
What's Skyrise?
in Miami. Like that's
Where?
where the money went. All the drug
You
money
see Skyrise in this
in
the city?
Brickell.
What?
It
not
ain't in the city.
Not-
That's what I'm
not-
telling you
okay.
where it benefited at.
So,
Brickell,
not in the city.
South Beach,
so Bo Dilly,
downtown.
convertible, they
All their
name.
money is in
No,
downtown Brickell.
no, not money.
Yeah.
Their names on those buildings in Brickell?
No, not at all.
So how we benefiting from Brickell?
I'm
What
just
is
saying
Skyrise
that's where the money went.
Well, I say this, right? The benefit of it, well, first of all, there is no benefit, right?
Yeah.
Let me just say that because it was something that was illegal.
Yeah.
Let me just say that, right?
I understand survival.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so,
But
so,
don't say go ahead. My
so,
bad.
okay. So it was illegal.
Yeah.
What they did, right? It was a survival thing, right? So now full circle is it's a story
Right.
that's being told. You understand what I'm saying? And that story that's being told it's pretty much to let people know, and the messaging now is not glorifying the drug that what they did,
Yeah,
right? But
drug
the
dealing.
message now is to let people know, hey, look, this is what we did, and this is the cost.
Yeah.
It cost boss man sat right there in that chair, right?
Yeah.
He went to prison at 24.
He came.
He got out at
like
55.
50 something. Yeah.
Right.
Crazy. That's majority of his life.
That right, and he sat right there and he said that he really messed up his community, selling those drugs,
Yeah.
right? Bert sat right there too, right? Same thing. Bert didn't do as much time, but Bert did 20-something years.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That in itself should be a deterrent, in my opinion, right?
I'm not gonna lie. For
you know
me,
what I'm saying? But it's a story.
It's a
Yeah,
story.
it's a story.
You know what I'm
It's a-
saying?
and it's
And
a
we gotta
hell
get the
of a
story
story.
out.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, right? Because I looked at something. What shout out to Ted Touche, because he helped me get them here.
Yeah.
And he posted something on Slip and Slide Media, and what he posted was he posting for, like I was telling you earlier about writers.
Yeah.
Right. So that in itself is going to create jobs, right? Meaning that they're going to start eventually. They're going to start shooting.
They're going to create a series.
Yeah, create a series and stuff like that on 15th Avenue, and go back to telling those stories.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's definitely going to create work. It's definitely going to create jobs here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying? So now when they was doing it, totally detrimental
Yeah.
to society.
I'm like,
I
You know what I'm
and
saying?
they didn't see it at the time.
they did.
No, they didn't. They were
just,
young.
They just right. We
They was
just
young.
living the life.
They was young.
They making the money. Survival. I understand survival, but now we know better.
We older now.
Don't
yeah.
say, they pull back. How they pull back in
What they trying to do it now?
improvements you
Yeah.
seen on 15th Avenue?
Yeah. Yeah.
15th Avenue still 15th Avenue.
Yeah.
And that's
Convertible word ain't
well,
18.
15,
Hold on,
hold on. 15 Avenue have changed though.
Yeah,
Now,
that's because they
because of
gentrification.
who?
Gentrification.
gentrification. Yeah.
It wasn't the buildings. Convertible building.
No.
Bo Dilly.
No.
Who the other dude was?
Boss
on
man.
Boss man.
there? They ain't put no buildings over there.
Turnpike Ike.
Yeah.
15th
But you
Avenue
know-
has changed because of the government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
had the
and
money. But they
gentrification.
wasn't thinking like that. They just living the life.
Yeah.
They had the money to build and house.
Yeah.
And that.
Yeah, but they wouldn't allow. They would not have let them do it though.
Yeah. You seen the documentary
Think
on
about it.
Liberty Square, how they blew the people out.
No, not.
I'm talking about back then.
Right, not high rises and
Yeah.
all that. No, I agree with you 100%.
And I owned a construction company.
Yeah, he
From
was
my
building
understanding,
houses
right?
and stuff and
So-
builders. Yeah.
I mean,
but for me, honestly, like growing up, like we learned about them, like we knew about them, like coming up in Miami, like. But like for me, like my like big bros and like OGs is like Gene, like Vito, like we looked up to him, like he was out here, like Vito always had ladies, like he was cool, like everybody messed with Vito, his face was clean in every hood, like that's what we inspired to be. And it's like we still knew all the other Miami legends, but it's like he out here, he free. And he's showing us there's another way you could be out here doing it. You ain't gotta get it that way. You still can get money.
Right.
You still can live that life. You still can get the women. And it's like we took that. And it's like we went to school with it. Like that's what our teachings was. It's like, that's what I grew up on. And it's like, again, like we still had like the dope boys, but it's like we knew it dad's like we always be looking over our shoulders. And for us, like we love women. So it's like we ain't trying to be looking over our shoulder. We trying to be free out here. Like if we over here, we over here. Like we ain't trying to be looking over. We gotta be gun with us all the time. Like we had guns back then. Like I say, like it's crazy. Like they be having these school shootings. It's like, man, I went to school with guns. I'm pretty sure you went to school with guns. Like it was a lot of gambling going on. It was like a lot of stuff going on in these schools, and like a lot of parents really don't know. And they know after the fact, but it's like, man, it was no school shootings. I never had a school shooting at Central, and I've been around plenty guns at Central. And it's never been a school shooting. And it's been bullying and all type of stuff going on out there, but it's never been a school shooting.
Yeah, but it was during those times. It was more fighting.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and that's the thing. Like we'd fight.
Yeah. And that's what kind of I would say that kind of separate Dade County. You know what I'm saying? Because you had to know how to.
You had to fight.
You
had to
know how
fight at some point in your
what I'm
life.
saying? So
Yeah.
So, but to the back to the with the helping in the community stuff like that, right? Back in the day, the Cubans, they didn't really fuck with them.
Yeah.
Because they actually it's a lot of drug money
Yeah,
that built like even Brickell.
yeah, that's what I said.
And it was something that Bert said, because me and Bert, we was actually sitting here talking before we got on camera, and somebody sent me something about they're now calling Miami Wall Street South.
Wow.
Yeah, I got the video. I'll show it to you. Yeah, it's a lot of money in Miami.
It's been that way though. I mean, it's a melting pot down here.
Yeah.
Like we have so many different like backgrounds. Like
I'm talking about the financial money. I'm talking about like Wall Street.
Yeah.
Trading.
Because now with Bitcoin, like Bitcoin's the new thing, and it's like you gotta get in where you fit in. Like you gotta learn it. But
never understood Bitcoin.
Yeah, hey, you can make some real money. Some real
Bitcoin.
I never. Everybody that has approached me for Bitcoin, I be like, "What the money?" I need to see money, cause
you can cash it out.
It's a digital currency.
I need to see cash money. All that shit you talking about. Man, I got this on this.
But see, it's kind of like the stocks. Yeah, you got to see that.
I got this.
Well, I'm like you when it comes to that Bitcoin.
I got to see it
because
let me see me so.
Because like the difference is like with the paper assets, right?
Yeah,
like trading and stuff like that.
The U.S. dollar is about to be obsolete. So
I got to see the money. Let me see the money.
Well, I really don't know how that Bitcoin thing works. The only thing I know about it, or I think is Bitcoin. What's the difference between Bitcoin and cryptocurrency? I don't know.
It's pretty much the same. But it's
not regulated by the FEC.
That's the only thing. But they're like stocks, basically. So it's like you buy low, and it's like when the things hit, like you see a turnover, you could cash out, and you can see that money. Or you could reinvest into it or reinvest into the new thing. But again, it's like stocks. But
like I don't understand it, man. I try to.
That's what they trying to they trying to switch us over to digital. Like again, we're gonna have to adapt to this. Yeah. Like the older we get, we're going to keep adapting. There's gonna be new things like, but this is the new thing. They trying to make money digital.
Well, no, they're not. We already adapted to it.
Yeah.
They already got us on it because I mean, how many people really carry cash?
Yeah, you got Apple Pay, Cash App, Zelle,
tap.
Yeah, PayPal, like all that stuff, man.
It's already there.
Yeah.
I mean, you see these rappers online and all that shit, showing all this, putting money to their ears and all that type of shit, having walls of cash.
From our generation, we never did that because that's the quickest way you get robbed. Like, that's what we grew up around robbers. Like, so he's like, man, you don't do stuff like that. Like, you play it low key. But
okay.
But yeah, like honestly.
Well, I mean, to wrap it up, because I know how long we've been going.
About 3 hours.
3 hours?
Really? I mean, it's been a good conversation.
So what we looking like on the live, man?
Shout out to all the people that's tuned in. But no, once you end it, your view is going the view count changed.
The view count.
The view count, and it's like
no comments. No comments yet. Okay. All right,
and like Vito got some of the behind the scenes of that the other day because he was like working the camera for us.
Why they wasn't getting as many people looking on their Facebook page, but on the other platform, people looking count toward their Facebook though. Should count toward both, right?
Yeah. And then that's the thing. Like I told him, like once we ended it, I showed him the views. Like the view count, it was different from what was on the live he was seeing.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, like the streaming number, like it's crazy, but like you got to stay in front of the people.
Yeah.
And as far as us, like with our content, like Luke said, we're everywhere, and it's like we're
Optimus games every day.
Exactly, we're everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like
so
Monday we're doing Liberty City and Miami Shores. We're going live for that. Y'all can check that out on YouTube.
Why you going to that game?
I mean, I honestly, Shores the Super Bowl champions in Extreme, but it's like,
views,
and then again, like I said, we sure love everybody.
But I'm there.
And then we find hidden gems too, Vito. That's the crazy part. Like,
kids
it might be a Jew kid get rid of the shit out that boy. We don't know though.
But it's like St. Thomas quarterback that just graduated. He came from Miami Shores Spartan. And it's like, honestly, I didn't know it was an extreme league. Because, we came up Pop Warner, YFL. Like, those were the leagues. Like, Pop Warner was top dog, and YFL was like right there. But
ain't shit no more.
No more. It's not. And it's like most of the teams, like, it's a new league, Florida Elite. You got the FYFL, which is Flow Rider League. Then you got AYFL.
Yeah.
Like at the AYFL, man, they game like I love their atmospheres. Like they Super Bowl games, you can check it out on our page. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The boys club came back to the boys.
Yeah, they back to the Falcons now. So yeah, man, y'all come back to the boys club, man. Y'all help the Falcons be great again. You know my boy Vito played for the boys club.
Luke did too.
Luke, you played for the boys club? I ain't gonna lie, I never played for the boys club. Y'all don't laugh at home. I played for New Birth. But you know, see what I'm saying? See, I asked y'all not to laugh.
I heard
See what I'm
when New
saying?
Bird first had
See what I'm
that
saying?
team.
But I started at Central.
Oh, Victor
I
Curry.
started at Central.
What you play? Wide receiver?
I played some of everything. I played running back, fullback. I played receiver. I played DB. I played linebacker. I played some of everything except quarterback. I played O-line.
Newburgh, they start the game at halftime.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Me, you, Keith Brown, God was there.
Yeah, yeah.
On the team.
That's how I first found out about you, Keith Brown. Like, I found out about Vito. Like I said, we grew up on Vito. That's our OG. And it's like Bob played out there. Bob had the white cleats.
Yeah.
You know, Bob, boy, my dog used to be getting off. Gordon played there. My partner Gordon played. Yep. Come on, Bob. You sleep. Bob was like that, man. You sleep. Bob was like that.
I would have knocked him back, coach.
You wouldn't have got my dog. Bob was like that. Bob was running back then too.
Oh, talking about Lil
Yeah, Robert. Yeah. We call Robert Bob.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That's my
okay.
guy.
All right.
He's a part of Section 104. That's my brother, man.
Oh, okay. All
You,
right.
I'm
I
Luke.
didn't
I'm
know
trying
that.
to tell you. I'm trying to tell you.
I was like
and
that.
listen,
You played with Lil Tim now.
I don't give a damn who
we
he
came
played
up
with.
under this, man. Like, we used to be hitting. Like, I'm talking about every
You
day.
think I wasn't hitting? You think
Listen,
we wasn't hitting?
You would have to catch Bob.
So you played the. Hold on, you didn't play at the boys club, right? You
No,
did
I
not.
again, like I said,
Okay,
I played
so
at
you
number.
weren't coached by
Matter of fact,
you weren't coached by
ask
Big
his
Robert though.
Bob, yeah,
okay,
it's
okay.
that. But listen,
Ask his
man,
daddy.
listen, his old boy, listen. I got
Ask
some
his
story.
daddy.
Big Bob,
Ask his
man,
daddy.
he used to.
Robert.
Man,
Yeah,
listen. He used to coach Bob so hard. And it's like, I used to watch that. It's like, man, like me and Bob was like out of the hood, like the only ones who like really had our old boys still with us. So they was the old boys of the hood. So it's like, man, he would coach Bob so hard. He's like, man, y'all want to play baseball? I'm like, no, not how you coaching them. Like, man, like he would not let.
Luke the same way he goes Luke.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's Coach RJ.
He would
That's what I'm
not
saying.
let
Go to
up.
Coach
And it's like,
RJ.
man,
He
listen,
gonna tell you,
man.
boy.
But
We
he
need
was
to bring
teaching.
him on too.
He was
That
teaching.
boy-
Yeah, you got to. You got to.
Hey,
Listen,
that
he
boy-
was
bring him
teaching
on.
Bob good stuff. Cause
That
like,
boy
listen,
ain't
he had
playing.
Bob ahead of all
Yeah,
the
I think-
kids.
yeah.
And this is what I'm trying to tell you, Luke.
That boy
If
ain't
he was
playing.
your coach, you gotta know how he was coaching his son.
He coached Luke.
That's what I'm saying. So you gotta know how he was coaching his son.
I
He
already
wasn't
know.
playing the radio with
He
Bob.
wasn't playing, bro.
Listen.
He wasn't playing with me. So like
Exactly.
Chuck said, I can only imagine.
Exactly.
Bro, that boy ain't play no joke.
He was like that.
He was
Listen.
like that, and he was strong. and athletic.
Listen.
Let me tell you something. You be out there, like, you know, some kids get the
You go to checking out
practice
playing.
early.
Yeah, no.
Practice start, everybody know practice from 6 to 8 at the club. 6 to 8 like clockwork.
Yeah.
Boy, you out there.
You better not see him.
5:30.
You practicing. We running through drills.
When Coach RJ get out that car,
We running through
all
drills.
that you out there playing, throw up tackle.
We running through drills. And I
But
see you.
Everybody putting that
You-
gear on. Boy,
What?
you in the
You
single
ain't
file
ducking
line.
no wreck. I see you. Let's go.
That
It's
boy
work
ain't
time.
play. He gonna come. Them shoestring gonna be tied.
The other opposite
other
way.
way.
The opposite way.
Coming this way up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That boy
That's
ain't
his
played-
swag though.
Coach, that boy ain't played no games.
I'm talking about he play the radio.
Yeah, Coach James.
Gonna be out.
Yeah.
They cut the lights
And
off.
listen.
Boy, Yaz and Penalty. Boy, he gonna be out there with you.
Yeah.
I ran around the boys club about 50 times.
See what I'm saying?
Bumper now.
That boy ain't
And
played
back
no
then, that's when like it really like was community like out there the boys club. Cause my
Your
sister,
mama-
my
your mama
sister
gonna
cheered
sit in
out
the
there.
car and cheer till
Like,
Coach RJ get
exactly.
done with your ass.
And it's like it's a real.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
And it's like man, they had food going to food. Like it wasn't food trucks. Like they was really cooking in the building.
cooking.
Yeah.
Like.
That's the best chicken wing I've had in my life.
You had,
believe
exactly.
that.
So I'm saying, and it's like you smell the
Chicken
aroma
and
as soon as
fries.
you get on the park, and it's like, man, you had the music going, like it's happy hour vibes at a park.
Yeah.
Like it's drink out there, it's smoke out there, and it's like kids are introduced to
what?
weed,
That's-
or
that's-
like you smell it, it's in the air.
You better
But-
bring your ass over there though.
What? Because
Hey,
that's
you know
grown
what?
folk
That's-
business
That's what separate Dade County, man.
from everywhere else.
From everybody
Yeah.
else, man.
Yeah.
It started from that park, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then like how y'all like the coaching, man.
Yeah, it's
You know
different.
what I'm saying?
It's different.
Like it's early.
And like Luke said, like he said, like the same thing with like this whole Teddy situation is like, man, you dealing with these kids day in and day out. Like
That's a
from the
club that he cut
optimists,
from,
the
though.
youth level. they gonna look out for their
thing. It's
jet.
just
Like,
a
man,
different era.
like, so
I
you
know.
trying to tell me
Same
after the
thing,
game I can't buy my jet nothing from the concession stand
cheeseburger, right.
because that's an impermissible
Right.
benefit?
That's a-
Like,
that's a technicality.
After
Yeah.
the game over, the kid that did good, the kid that made a good block.
What happened?
They all right. Here
Hey,
you go.
they.
I don't give a
Yeah,
damn.
you got
Here
broke
you go.
off. When you
If
got
it-
that dap
if
and
it
you
was
felt
a-
that extra on thump, that mean it was something on the other end of that.
Even if it was the scrub, amen.
Yeah.
Play, coach, I'm hungry. But I got my
I got
daughter.
you.
Yeah.
That's my kid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure he eat.
What's the problem with that?
Rule power, bro.
Man.
They-
Same thing with taxes, baby. You got to report everything.
They
Yeah.
didn't want to be in
That's-
control.
But see, that's a whole
Crazy.
nother thing. Why are we paying taxes? But I mean, if we
man.
get on that.
no,
See what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
I ain't a political subject with this
Hey, you
dude
know,
right here.
I agree with you on that.
We was just talking.
I don't want to pay taxes.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Hey. All right,
Call
man.
the gate, tell them they coming through with a pizza.
Okay, when they'll call me.
No,
They
they
gon'
don't know that. I couldn't send a message to the driver,
You could. Okay.
so I couldn't send it to him. So
Okay,
tell
I'll
the gate
call.
somebody coming through.
All right. Hold on.
Papa John.
Well,
Yeah, man. But anyway, we still live, right?
shout out to
Give
all
me,
the people on the live.
So just tell everybody where they can reach y'all at, man.
So you can reach me, Section 104 Chuck Dog. That's my personal IG. Chuck Simmons on Facebook. I got a link to the main page, which is Section 104. Like, I should be working my page because, again, you get paid through everything, and I am getting paid. So on Facebook, so if y'all like the content I'm sharing, you can send stars on Facebook. You could donate to Section 104 if you want to donate Section 104 on Cash App, or you can send super gifts on YouTube or gifts on Instagram. We're on Instagram, YouTube, Section 104. You should see the logo. As soon as you search it, we're actually one of the top searches, so we're not shadow banned, which is good. Yeah. So as soon as you put in Section, you'll probably just see the 104 fill out.
Pop up.
So, yeah, basic Section 104, ELE. Everybody love everybody.
Same thing. Instagram, Facebook, the portal, 305. It'll pretty much pop up.
Yeah.
My personal page is my personal page.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I be working on my material on my personal page. I'm like a light comedian, so
Okay.
check me out because I be having some funny posts, man.
Okay. Nah, hey, he be having some real funny posts.
Yeah, man.
I be looking at some of that stuff with Gaddy be posting.
Man,
too,
Gaddy funny too. And
Oh my God.
And like I
Gaddy
say,
so
you
funny,
gotta
bro.
react and comment, and like I try to make sure like I
got to start doing that.
at
too.
least react or send a comment because that actually helps to the page. Like it's engagement. So the more
okay.
engagement that's going on, the more that helps with you making money.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So-
start engaging.
Yeah, you gotta engage, you gotta react, you gotta share, you gotta like, you gotta repost, you gotta comment. Like people at home, comment. Like, don't be afraid. Like y'all, like trolls do it. Like you ain't gotta be a troll about it, but comment. Let us know how you feel about the content we putting out, like the video you watching. Like we're gonna respond to you, and like that keeps the engagement going. And when you join our membership, like you can join in on lives or podcasts like this. You could be on the live with us, commenting, and dropping your opinion as well.
Yeah.
I actually this is a nice setup, man. I appreciate you for having me. Like
Man, listen, man.
if we could, man, we can
Let's
set
get-
something up and do
Hey.
something more. Like
Hey, listen, man. I'm serious about that. The thing what I said about us older guys connecting with
Younger,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So I'm
we got to
serious
bridge
about
that gap.
Cause that's very, 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 very important, man.
Yeah.
Because
Need to save
cause,
that.
'cause it's
Let's save it.
Let's
Save it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I know. We just touching on it now, but
Yeah.
that can be a whole nother like
Another
you said,
topic.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No. I'm not gonna go too much into that.
Right.
But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? That mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But as for me, this Chief Hall podcast, and I'm gonna do what the name Russell Simmons always
Yeah.
do. Thank you. Good night.
Todd Chief Hall podcast.
For sure. Much love.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
That was good, man. Good dialogue.
Yeah.
Good dialogue.
You should do
Man,
numbers.
we got so much content. We got so
Yeah.
much content out there, boy.
Yeah.
All that.